Jim Palmer in the MASN broadcast booth. And Jim, I want to bring up Tanner Scott for a moment. Tanner Scott, during the month of September, has pitched 10 1/3 innings, struck out 15, and has an earned run average of like 2.6. Why is Scott so much better now in September than he was maybe earlier in the season?
Well, it's what you hope from a young pitcher in a sense, Tom. I mean, first of all, he's gotten the innings, got a great slider. You know, fastball, great velocity, command maybe. So they bring him in where you need a strikeout. So, you know, again, I mean, Holt is hitting .317 against lefty. He strikes them out. You know, again, they're not playing their regulars, so Phillips goes down. He really pitched well, got in a little bit of trouble. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is a much more confident. I mean, when you talk to him, he's a terrific kid. You know, he's got a really good arm now, learning to, you know, to control his stuff a little bit better. And, you know, again, if you're going to come out of the bullpen, at the back end of a good bullpen, you better be able to strike people out. And as we mentioned, when he came in, when he needed a strikeout, runners at first and third in a 3-2 game, he was 73 strikeouts in 50, I think, in a third innings, struck out Holt. Able to get out of that inning with strikeouts. So, you know, again, really has made some strides this year. The plan they had on him last year, the 22 starts or whatever it is of 3 innings, really paid off.
Jimmy, you know, Trey Mancini has had an incredible second half of the season. What are your impressions of him going into next season after the finish that he's had this year?
Well, you know, Denver, first of all, he was hurt early on. I mean, he did slide into the wall. You know, coming off a great year. He said all the right things. His approach was, I'm going to let the ball travel. He's got tremendous power to the opposite field. He can, you know, we saw it tonight with the triple right down the right field line, and then the 2-run single. You know, that was a 2-strike base hit off Matt Barnes, who didn't pitch well, but he came in 13 strikeouts per 9 innings. So, you know, I think he's more confident. I mean, the one number when you start looking, you know, home runs now are, you know, the same as last year. The RBIs, as you mentioned, the second half has been terrific. He's hitting almost, 280 the second half. He's got as many RBIs as he did in the first half, but about 90 at-bats less, you know, because they're not, the All-Star game's not really the half of the season. So, again, I mean, he's just made some nice adjustments. I think he's relaxed. I think he feels comfortable, probably more comfortable playing first base or DHing, which he's done a lot the second half. So, again, this is a young hitter. The league adjusts, he's adjust, and I would imagine he'll have another good year, even though, you know, you need Trumbo to come back. You need some guys to protect him in the lineup. But, again, this is a young hitter that is a pretty good hitter because of his ability to hit the ball all over the ballpark.
Well, Jim, as always, we appreciate your comments. Look forward to seeing you and listening to you during the Houston series, the final weekend of the season. That's Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Palmer at Fenway Park in Boston.